Another day, another trend on TikTok, which will get you thrown in jail. I mean, man, this seems like something that happens every single day at this point. And the thing that's kind of weird to me is there are other social media platforms. I mean, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got MySpace, you got pets.com, you got all these places, right? You got a lot of social media platforms, and it just seems like none of these other places have these challenges that, are just like ridiculous. I mean, some of them just make you look like a fool. Some can make you lose your job. Some can get you thrown in jail. Some can make you lose your life. Like, oh my God. It just seems like every single day I check in and there's something that just like, it just like disappointment every single day. Every single day, man. Speaking of disappointment, if you don't want to disappoint me, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. If you don't turn on notifications, you won't see the videos. And yeah, if you subscribe, I will maybe not cry today. Anyways, let's get into the article. So I was just minding my business when I saw this article from the New York Post saying door-kicking TikTok trend mistaken for home invasions, prompting calls to police. First of all, if you're going to random people's doors and kicking on them, man, like, and you don't expect consequences, I'm just saying, bro, look, if some random person came to my residence and started like slamming my door, bro, I'm sorry. I'm not going to assume good things. I'm so, like, what do I expect? A TikTok trend? Like, bro, here's the thing. Someone breaks into your house, smashes your windows, corners you in the bathroom, and it's like, haha, you got pranked, epic TikTok moment. You're not going to think that. So this article starts off with police are alerting schools, parents, and community members of a potentially dangerous challenge on TikTok, which encourages others to kick in doors of homes. In videos on TikTok, young people kick doors to the beat of Die Young by music artist Kesha before running off. I'm sure you guys have seen this, and like I think the trend started in college dorm rooms. Let me also say this trend has enlightened me to the lack of rhythm and a beat some people have, man. Like there were definitely some people, like there's this one video of these girls that went on this like college. I can't find it right now. I'm sorry. I have like 1,000 things saved in my likes on TikTok. It's not even like a good place to like save things anymore. But basically a bunch of girls went on to like to do the challenge, and you know how the song goes. And it's like da 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 da, and then they were like bump 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 bump. Like it was so bad. Why would you post that? But the thing is with this trend is that it initially started in college dorm rooms, and I'm assuming basically on like the hall of people you know, and maybe it's not the greatest thing to do to some random person you don't really know in your hall, but in my opinion, it's definitely a little different if you do it like in your school versus going out and doing it to random people in their, their private residence where like, here's the thing. If you live in a dorm, as I do know, as I currently do, you at least know that there will always be some level of shenanigans, right? There will always be some nonsense going on every single day. And maybe that nonsense is going to happen to you. It's just a matter of life. It just happens, right? But when you live like, private residence, you're with your family, whatever, maybe you don't have a family yet or you don't plan to, you're just living by yourself or you're living, right? You don't expect random people to start beating on your door, right? You assume different things. You assume very different things than like when you live in a dorm. And that's the problem, was that the trend was starting to migrate from, apparently the trend was starting to migrate from like dorm rooms and kind of places of residence like that to actual places of residence, right? The article goes on to say, in September, TikTok told Fox News it does not allow content that promotes or enables criminal activities as written on the site's community guidelines. And then it makes a reference to the Devious Look Challenge, which I had a video on, but YouTube was very strange about taking down those videos. In retrospect, I think my video could have remained up, as only people who had actual video content of the challenge had it taken down, but I didn't want to have any risks. But basically what I said during that when I talked about the Devious Look Challenge is kind of the same thing. And it applies to this challenge too. Just because something is a fun internet challenge, apparently, does not make it not illegal. Whenever you do something for like the internet, whether you're filming a TikTok challenge, you're gonna vlog yourself doing something, or really whatever, right? You have to think to yourself, right? Are there going to be consequences for my actions? And just the fact it's a fun TikTok trend does not make me immune to the law. Article goes on to give some examples where basically it says, Pritchard, which is some guy they interviewed, confirmed that the door-kicking trend has moved off school and college campuses into neighborhoods where 2 911 calls recently coming in the same residence as, where he lives. Surveillance video from showed a door being kicked in. And that door now needs to be repaired, and it's hundreds of dollars of damages, whatever. And the thing is, right, I even it was even a little iffy on college campuses. I'm going to be real, because the thing is, if you're like slamming on someone's door that you don't know, it's a little iffy. I mean, obviously, I don't personally care. I mean, that stuff happens all the time. If you live in a dorm, you know that nonsense happens all the time, right? But it really, really is an issue when it moves off college campuses and it moves to random residential housing, and you're just kicking in people's doors. Like, man, do you not see an issue with that? Like, same with like the devious lick challenge. I know like that a lot of that happened at a school, but at the same time, like, you steal something, you take it, right? And all of a sudden it's like, but dude, I was doing it for a TikTok challenge. It doesn't matter. It's still illegal. How is that so hard to understand? Article goes on to read, Pritchard said her department's goal is to educate the public on these challenges and encourage parents and teachers to caution kids about the legal ramifications. There are felonies or misdemeanors involved with these actions. And when it comes to damage that occurs to the property, we don't want these consequences to occur, she said. So, understandably, right, guys, come on. But the other thing that I don't think this article touches on, which is the fact that people can mistake this for a home invasion. I mean, this happens. There are cases out there, right? This stuff does happen. And the fact that it just, look, and also, you're just terrorizing a random residence, right? Quick little side note before I go into my long rant or whatever. If you made it this far into the video, comment door down below. I just like to see who makes it more or less to the end of my videos. And also, if you want to farm hearts on this channel to get like top commenter or whatever, I do my best to heart as many of those comments as I can. So yeah, go comment door down below. For some reason that I just don't understand, TikTok seems to be a place where all these kind of like challenges just tend to always manifest themselves. I mean, if you think about it, the number of YouTube challenges or encouraged behavior, I should say, because challenge seems kind of like, no, YouTube challenges happen all the time. Yeah, on Instagram, on Twitter. I mean, Twitter's bad for their own reasons, but for some reason it seems like TikTok is a place that every couple of days, if not weeks, there's a new challenge that is harmful in some manner. I mean, I can remember back to like the ice cream licking challenge where, people would just go in and like, lick stuff and put it back in the grocery store and record themselves. And that was disgusting, right? Ever since then, there's just been a whole host of things where people do borderline, if not illegal activity, or they do stuff that is, toxic to their body or damaging to their body or like potentially just life-threatening to their body. And, there are people that do not make it from these TikTok challenges. And sure, I guess stuff like this could happen on YouTube and maybe it happens on Twitter and Instagram and, every blue moon. But man, this stuff happens on TikTok every couple of days. I see something like this, and it's just at a different volume than what you see on other social media platforms. And maybe it's the fact that it's like short form content that is very trend driven that encourages people to do this and to kind of create these challenges that these other platforms don't necessarily cultivate because of the way that they're structured. YouTube is more long-form content that is more reactionary. Instagram is more posts about yourself or some other type of content. Twitter is more of like an opinion-based. And I guess TikTok is like short-form content that is very like trendy and like quick and you need your attention, I guess. At the same time, just because I can come up with an explanation does not mean that that's a justification. We got to make sure that we don't conflate these two things. Just because I can explain why something happens doesn't mean I can justify it happening, right? I don't think we can justify it happening. Look, the internet will be a part of our lives, right? It is going to be a part of our lives and it's going to keep evolving. And whether you like it or not, TikTok is an evolution of the social media or content, user-based content feature of the internet, right? And whether you like it or not, it's a very popular adaptation. So like, I just don't know how we go about this in the future or how we're going to go about this to make sure that, as we, keep, evolving with the internet and user-based content, that we don't encourage stuff like this going on in the future. Not just this challenge specifically, but this is just a piece of a large wave of just not good stuff, basically. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, go watch another one of my videos. It really does help out. There's a chance you guys will be seeing videos on screen where you can click those, or if you're on mobile or just a device that can't see those videos, just go click on my channel or go watch one of my videos in the recommended, as watching old videos really does help the channel, and once again, I appreciate it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.